farm up that Scotty anyway for G. They actually do have the Aghanims now for Lina, but he can start building into a further right-click build, such as the AC that we've seen a couple times from both Lina as well as Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's just a really good build. It helps fight physical damage a lot, and it makes you so tanky versus the Ember, who doesn't have a ton of farm.
And there's the Laguna Blade and right-click.
Oh,
that is a two-shot.
That's some damage. Illidan does damage if Jerax needed
Any
to
question
be informed.
about it, yeah.
It's like, hey, what's up? I one-shot you. Alright.
Who else does he one-shot? He brings Disruptor, like Dragon Slave, Laguna Blade. That's all he really requires.
Let's just say he does damage. But they're, interestingly enough, I think what they're trying to do right now is just push in the lanes and then go for the Roshan. Like, just make sure that they can't really respond. I don't even know if VP really have to wait for it. It would secure them the win, but they don't have to, I guess. And it seems like they're more comfortable just going for it right now because they have such an advantage in items.
All right, the first siege uphill on this tier 3 at top lane. Oh, nice setup here. Nagasarn's going to be able to catch multiples. DK Phobos. He's going to go for the attempted long-range Fisher play into the Echo Slam. They're not going to be able to catch either one of those heroes. BKB activated by God. Immediately goes for Heen, who couldn't get out the good Static Storm. Sunby jumps in. They managed to get the Crystal Main thanks to the Queen of Pain, but that's about it. A 1-for-1 trade-off so far. The rest of VP start beating on that tier 3 tower. They forced out the Glyph. Oh, Jesus. There goes Jerax. Once again, the Laguna Blade just kind of one-shotting him casually. And Virtus Pro, I mean, they've already blown their Song the Siren. They've already used the Laguna Blade. It doesn't seem to make much sense to try and push uphill again.
That is so scary. That's just like the life of an ant. You don't know if somebody's just going to accidentally step on you. It's like Jerax is just hoping that Illidan saves it for somebody else, but just instantly getting blown up. And MVP doing the right thing here, not overextending, waiting for VP to hopefully do that again, because they did get a track kill on the CM, I believe. So they're probably okay with this, and they're just hoping that VP stick around for a little bit too long. They know they don't have the Aegis advantage, but VP smartly just backing out, circling out, and I think going for the Roshan here.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for MVP Hot 6 to try and force something. Like, if there's no bigger opening than this, where you know Roshan's about to be up, and the VP team is backing themselves up, unfortunately, they didn't actually find anybody with that 5-man smoke. They were so close to seeing Virtus Pro cheaping away. Oh, this could be the
they know he's there.
Ball. Jerax is going to see him. They do have the hook shot ready to go. It's just going to be a long-range one, and it doesn't seem like MVP Hot 6. The rest of the team would be able to follow up immediately, so they don't try for it. Missed opportunity, it seems, and Virtus Pro will now center up on Roshan. They've got a double damage. That doesn't make it the easiest Rosh ever. I'm not sure what does.
Roshan wants them to do this. It's like, claim me. You don't just... The game doesn't just give you a DD rune and a Bloodseeker to do that, man.
Alright, so there it is. Aegis is going to be picked up for God. Illidan happy to sit in the back. Man, what is just like Jerax do in this situation? You just like try and drastically split push? I mean, because like his tracks aren't really doing anything. I mean, if anything, him tracking up DK Phobos just got him killed. Keeping range, Jerax trying to hide himself. Good attempt at a play, but there's going to be both the Frostbite and Enchant Totem. FNG, I guess he really wanted that kill. Drops the ultimate.
What he's trying to do right now is just drag the creep wave away to make things hard for MVP, or hard for VP, but he just can't really do too much right now.
Rev jumping around a little bit with the Rupture. Virtus Pro. Now they're actually going to jump in. MVP Hot 6 trying to lock down Illidan, who's going to force staff over the cogs. Sunby, though, Company and Snare, and gone with the BKB. Doesn't really care too much about the Blade Mail. Will be able to pick up that kill. Lil immediately pops the ultimate in order to reset this fight. And now DK Phobos, as well as Illidan, are going to be able to get their abilities off. Stuns and, well, good silence out, but unfortunately, it still is the death of Heen. And Virtus Pro have more forward here. Tier 3 tower is going to fall. Still have that Echo Slam ready to go. They got to be careful. Forev is going to be hit here. Fuel Scepter, Light Strike Array. No, they're not even going to try to. They know Forev's just going to jump himself out. God is going to fall here. That's the Aegis. And he's kind of in a bad position, so Virtus Pro need to move forward to try and defend him a bit. DK Phobos just threatening them with his presence. Sonic Wave brings DK Phobos low. MVP Hot 6 starts surging forward to see if they can still get a pick off. But that melee Rax will end up going down. The first lane of Rax to Virtus Pro.
Yeah, Forev decided to go for the second Battle Fury, and I think this is the correct choice because They have to just deal damage right now. Going for the Lincolns, I feel, is pointless. Because even if you get one shot by the Lina, does it really make a difference when you get two shot? Like, you get stunned, and then you get Dragon Slave? Like, because the Yules instantly breaks your Flame Guard. So going for a defensive item probably doesn't really change anything for him. If anything, just being able to deal more damage is your last hope. But, I mean, VP is showing how you're supposed to play against Bounty Hunter. If you don't pick something like a tree or something incredibly defensive, they're just 5-manning and playing objective-based Dota and not allowing the Bounty Hunter to ever get anything. When they back up as 5. When they decide to push, they make sure that they're covering each other's angles. And they're just not giving Jarex any sort of room to make track kills happen.
4-man smoke VP looking for something in the enemy jungle, but Virtus Pro has so much control. They're already on the MVP Hot 6 side of the map. Looks like they're going to go for a mid-lane push now. Also, the problem is, if they don't actually manage to quickly kill somebody, which I'm not sure how they would be able to anyway, there's always going to be the reaction from Lil, with that Song of Siren kind of resetting everything.
Yeah, they actually lost a courier, Jarex, able to snipe that, but you're going to need about 12 of those to make a difference right now.
Didn't even have any items on it, so... Virtus Pro, Echo Slam, catches out for Rev, but immediate response is there from He to make sure there's no more chain stunning, and DK Phobos will end up going down here. This is also a track kill for the team. Illidan was caught inside the cogs in a bad position, but God just keeps on pushing forward. MP trying to get back to the fountain, but he has to run, and he's still got that Rupture on him, so he just throws out the Sonic Wave before he dies. Somebody focus down God. He's in the middle of your base. We're just running Rickshaw over all of MVP. Now Lil pops the ultimate just to make sure that those double buybacks don't actually get anything for MVP Hot 6. Frev still desperately wants to pick off, and they will be able to get it thanks to Glimpse. Pretty standard Disruptor versus Naga Siren play. The important thing, though, is that the damage was very limited. VP managed to get almost everyone out thanks to that Naga Siren sleep.
Yeah, but MVP, they got a few track kills, and more importantly, they just proved that they're able to hold. I think that the Aegis was blown as well. That was a while, but... I mean, MVP held. They didn't have to use too much. I think the Queen of Pain bought back. You got a few track kills. You forced VP to overextend. And you got the gem back, probably more importantly than that. Like, they were able to get another gem. So they've got 2 in the base that belong to FNG. And so it makes Jarex's job a little bit easier. Now that he knows there's no guaranteed gem for VP for quite some time. And having sentries is okay, but it's not the ideal situation. Actually, they're about to get one in 8 seconds again. They're probably just going to buy it and run down mid again.
I think they're trying to threaten the Lina here, but she's not
so
scared.
unafraid.
I mean, the Queen of Pain just, her damage is so limited at this point. And she's kind of the only other damage dealing source when the Ember Spirit isn't around. And he's busy trying to push out that bottom lane.
Yeah, I think now you go for the crit. Yeah, he's actually just all in damage. He doesn't really care. If you die, you probably lose the game anyways.
Oh, he went for Boot to Travel instead of going for the Daedalus.
He's trying to split push as much as he can.
Right.
Just send one back. You can't only play defense in this type of lineup. You have to force VP to return to their base at some point in the game.
Otherwise, Virtus Pro will just grow a very large economic advantage now. They've already done so over time thanks to what a great game this has been for them. Almost a 25,000 net worth lead, 20,000 experience being had by them right now.
Yeah, they're not grouping up yet, but I don't think that it's quite necessary for them to have to at this point. They can play pretty much however they want. Like, if they want to wait for the next Roshan to go for the high ground, they're, it's more than well within their right to do
Is
so.
there, at any point, does it become a detriment waiting for Roshan? Like, say they pick up this next Roshan, they go for a fight, say they get the top lane of ranks, but they lose 1 or 2 heroes and they lose that Aegis again. Do you wait for the next Roshan? At what point in time are you just giving too much time to MVP Hot 6 for them to farm up? Forev? Oh, man, I thought he was actually going to be able to get away from this one, but he didn't have the Remnant out. It's going to be able to make the double jump, and he's still okay. Just barely able to survive through that burst damage.
I actually thought he had a Remnant in the back.
I thought he did, too.
Yeah, but still good timing on that Sleight of Fist to be able to avoid everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he does get off without dying. I think if he died there, that would have been VP signal to go. But that's what I mean. He has to take risks to go for the split push. You should have a Remnant up, but you're still going for the play to try to create space around the map for the rest of your team. It doesn't matter if he's the only person getting farmed. Then all they have to do is all-in commit for Forev. And even if they lose 3 heroes doing it, if the Bloodseeker and the Lean are alive, it probably doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting ultimate. They're trying to catch Jarex here. We'll be able to get him with the ensnare.
They bought the new gem, too. That's what I meant, is you're just trying to give them as little avenues of comeback as possible. And getting Jarex out of the game and just making him useless like this is probably the biggest thing that you can do right now.
He's getting close to the Abyssal Blade, but seems like Virtus Pro not going to wait for that one.
They don't have to. They know that if they trade for Rex here, it's a good trade. Even if they lose 3 heroes in track, they're probably still in a good enough position where they can go for this. And they can send Illidan in first because he's got so many Bloodstone charges. He'll be back in 10 seconds, and he's got Boots of Travel.
That's exactly why Sunby needs to force something, because the double Battle Fury build from Forev is making it so the Sleight of Fist on one hero just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and they're just going to go down for this Rex. Illidan still has his BKB up, same with G. They've got enough time on both of their BKBs right now that they don't have to worry too much, but MVP can't just let them take Rex.
Second laner Rex seems to be going down without a fight. MVP Hot 6 forced away. Now they make the jump. The glimpse also goes down. They push back Illidan. There goes the Sonic Wave as well. Lil immediately pops the ultimate to see if he can catch MVP Hot 6. As they try and retreat. Doesn't look like there's a good opening for them, so they will back themselves up. TK Phobos actually now jumping back in with the Echo Slam. The ultimate goes down from the Disruptor as well, trying to stall that one up. Heen, forfeit to God, TP out from Sunby, despite the fact he's inside his own base. He had to make that kind of play against the Bloodseeker. The melee racks will end up going down. There's a buyback from our Disruptor, seeing if he can't catch someone here with a glimpse. Looks like they'll get Illidan, pulls him back a little bit away, but he's too far forward. Immediately, Laguna Blade takes him out. Battle Fury bouncing around with the Sleight of Fist. Almost finishes off DK Phobos. Looks like FNG may go down the Sonic Wave to finish him off. And the rest of VP actually dropping lower and lower. Sunby trying to force this as God will eat his way through the cogs and try to get away. Forev is going to jump forward and go for that light Sleight of Fist, but it's still not enough. 55 HP.
Oh, they missed the rocket
is
too.
what he lives on. Sunby, a miracle rocket.
You gotta
perhaps.
do this. G's got such a streak on him. This is a 12-0. You've got to go for the YOLO
No,
rocket.
don't
They
let him
see
get
the vision.
creek. No, he's already healed up too much.
Oh no! If they actually pinged for it too, I don't know if that would have made a difference, but that would have been a track kill and a godlike spree for Sunby, who desperately needed that. He's 0-9-9 right now, but MVP Hot 6, they managed to repel VP at the cost of a lot of lives and their racks.
Yeah, and Virtus Pro are now set up. They can wait on the next Roshan. It's 1 minute left. MKB is the option here for Lina instead of the Soul Cuirass that we mentioned. Either way, it's still a right-click build.
Yeah.
Why is it specifically MKB? He actually has no evasion that he has to deal with.
Because I guess going for the data list would be okay, but he doesn't feel like he has enough attack speed, alright?
Jarex dies once again, hookshot off the mark there. The BKB is going to run out eventually, but this is why Illidan's kind of sticking around the same area. He wants to actually turn onto Heen and not leave an opening for a glimpse play. Rupture gets laid out, and that's one kill. Sunby now trying to TP away, but perhaps this is part of the reason MKB is so valuable. The mini stun actually stops his TP out. Now Forev is going to be caught. Abyssal Blade to stun him up, and this has got to be GG soon. Hot 6 are now going to be fighting 2 versus 5. Ember Spirit, no buyback. Same goes for the Queen of Pain. Actually, his buyback coming up right now.
They know that nobody on MVP Hot 6 really has the buyback. They're just going to go suicide for this last set of racks, and they can get away with it. The Bounty Hunter's dead. He hasn't had any tracks off yet, and Hot 6, Forev's going to get initiated upon, and this might just mean the game, if he dies here, doesn't have buyback. MP with the Sonic Wave, but this is just not going to do enough.
No. GG is the call. MVP Hot 6.